Hello. Oh, hello. It's been such a long time. My name is Natalie. Super welcome, guys. It's been such a long time. I am so happy to be back here. I've been taking some time off, but I am here again and I'm super excited. We're gonna have our first live stream tomorrow at 3:15 p.m. CET time, Swedish time, okay? So that is slightly before New York session is opening. So hopefully I will see all of you there. I wanted to prepare everyone that I am back, okay? Natalie's back here. And I also have some fun things that's gonna happen in the near future, so make sure to be on my live streams every single day so you don't miss anything, okay? Because as I said, we have some great things happening in the near future, okay? But first of all, we're gonna dive into the chart and see what BTC USD has been up to since I was here the last time. So in today's episode, what we're gonna talk about, we're gonna use Cointelegraph, and what they're talking about is that Bitcoin has lost the key trend line, but still remain bullish, and we have also broken below the 200 MA. So what the market did was it did face a previous support at 31.4. Market is now creating the pullback, which means that we are in a downtrend. So the most important thing now is to see, will the market respect this previous resistance or this last high and low level, because these are the levels the market most likely will drop down to for then reverse the trend. Or if the market will not do this, then of course we will see more momentum to the downside. But at this time, we are in a uptrend, even if we are in a pullback on the higher time frames. In this episode, what I'm going to show you is how and what we're looking for when the market does reverse from here, and what the reason why it's so important for us to be patient for the market to come to our levels and then we execute. So I'm going to show you what they're talking about on Cointelegraph combined on my charts, but I will also show you the high and low levels that I do expect the market to come to, because when that is happening, the market needs to create the next high, which will be above this zone that you can see that we had already been retesting one time. So continue to look at this video and you'll see the breakdown that I have for BTC at this time. Now, if you want to find a great platform, of course, to trade the market on, then you can do the exact same thing as I do. I am using Bybit, and you can right now receive a bonus up to 30,000 at this time. But if you don't want to have a KIC, you can use Bitflex, which is also giving you a free $10 when you are depositing $100 and trading on it. So you have the link in the description down below the video. And remember to always use risk management when you are trading the market, okay? It's very important. We don't want you to lose a lot of money, okay? It's very important for us now to know. We are going into my FX books because this is also where they show us if we have any announcement or news dropping, and we have some things happening on USD this week. With this, we'll see a lot of momentum happening while these announcements or news are dropping. So within 17 hours from now when we're talking, we have high impact on the USD because we do have core inflation rates. If you do not know what that is, core inflation rate is a widely used measure of the underlying trend or movements in the average customer price. It is often used as a complementary indicator to what is known as headline or customer price index, CPI inflation. So this will be coming out this week, and this will be when the market is gonna become volatile. So just have that in mind. You don't have to trade during these hours, but at least you know when the announcement is happening, and stay out of the market, because that will be, as I said, a volatile time for the market. So you can just stay out of it until the market has recovered from the announcement. If we continue to scroll down, you can also see that we have some announcement happening on June the 14th. If we are scrolling down on the 15th, we have the same thing on the 16th. Yeah, we do have every single day during this week, we do have news or announcement happening. So just have that in mind. Okay, so I was looking at this article on Cointelegraph, 5 things to know about Bitcoin this week. And if we scroll down, you can see that Bitcoin loses trend line, the key trend line, but some remain bullish. Bitcoin price closed the weekly candle in a disappointing position thanks to last-minute downside wiping value from crypto as a whole. And you can also see that they're talking about how the pair also locked out the 200 weekly moving average. BTC weekly candle closed below the 200 weekly MA, could confirm it as a lost support. Trader and analysts wrecked capital warrant beforehand. In that case, BTC could relieve rally into MA next week, potentially to flip into the new resistance. This sort of turn of the technicals events could precede additional downside. So this is what they are giving us right now on Cointelegraph. So I want to see on my own chart what I have. This is what I have at the time on BTC USD. So this is just the overall. We came up, we retested the previous support at 31,200. Market also have another support right here that is the most important one right now, even if it's on the weekly. But this level at 18,800 for me is very important if we would start to see the market drop down, but we're not going to focus on that one at the moment. So by just zooming out, we can see that the market is going in a sideways market by just identifying the high that we have at 24,202. So what they're talking about is that the trend line has been broken, and I guess what they're meaning with that is this trend line, if we are just adjusting the trend line to the higher low against the bodies instead of the wick. But I actually want to have it against the wick because it's very good combined with the levels that the market can still drop down to for the retest and still have a bounce to the upside. Because at this time what we can see is the market retracing back after we had the retest of the previous low. You can also see that this is a consolidation level. So this little green candlestick right here on the weekly chart, the reason why the market reacted to it is because this is where the market has been consolidating. If you go back in time and you go down to the lower time frames, and that's why the market did retrace back. So it on the higher time frames perspective, the market is still creating a higher high, higher low, higher high, and we can still create a higher low. As long as we're not breaking the previous higher low, we are still in a uptrend. As long as we are above 24,200, we obviously will use the previous support that we also have here at 27,300. If the market breaks below this previous high and we continuing down, we're looking at the weekly support, also higher low level right here that was created in the beginning of March. And so that will be the next level for the market to come down to. So that's how we are able to use level to level. For the market to create the next higher high, we need to break above this support at 31. What they're also talking about on Cointelegraph is that they're saying if bag holders dumped at the bottom, then the only sell pressure above is from the short-term traders, profit takers, and that's not enough to stop a major impulsive move in its track for longs. Expect major resistance levels above to get melted through a lot faster than most are expecting. So the resistance levels that we have, the previous one is at 30,500, which is combined with the previous support. So if this level will be broken above, we will create the new high, and we'll see if the market will hold this level as a new higher low, or if we will see the market fail to break it and then continue to consolidate between the levels that we've been talking about before. This resistance that we have at 30,000, 31K is the most important one. But of course, before that is happening, we need to go down to the lower time frames and see if a breakup structure will appear. They also spoke, as I said, about the trend line that got broken. So we're just gonna have it one more time right here. Trend line will of course also guide us combined with the different support and resistance zones. We also have the 200 EMA, and we are below this at the time. Using the Fibonacci also from the last higher low level to the higher high, you can see how the 1561.8% is exactly combined with the previous higher high, which makes sense because the previous higher high usually becomes the new higher low. So with this information that we have at the time, we can use the trend line, we can use the Fibonacci, Fibonacci, support and resistance zones to see what's going to happen. Because the same way that we see how the market is changing, I'm just going to take away this one right there. So as we can see how the market is changing the direction from here, you see how the market is breaking structure, continues down. So when the market is now below this resistance level, as long as it's below the level, it will continue to obviously go down. So the most important thing now, if the market is about to create the next higher high, we want to catch the market from the higher low. So combining the tools that we have at this time, if the market's going to do this textbook following Fibonacci level and market structure, you'll see that between the 50%, which is at 25,330 and 24,050, around these levels, remember the market can break below it before you see the big momentum happening to the upside. But this is where we are waiting for the market to come down and then slowly and steady reverse the trend to create the next higher high. So by just being a little bit more patient when it comes to BTC now, I would wait for the market to drop down to this level to see if the market then will reverse, because that will be the indication for a potential long position. If the market would fail, this is the reason why it's so important to see what the market is doing against these levels, because even if this is a great zone for the market to reverse from, if the market is not reversing from that level and needs to continue down even more, you'll see how the market will break this previous level. We're also using the trend line as a guidance, because most likely if the market come down, we'll obviously see the market breaking the trend line, but you can also use the trend line as a guidance. Then if the market would break inside of it, create another retest, and if that is the case, you'll see how the break of the retest or the fake out from the Fibonacci level was the first leg that needed to be created, potentially touch certain levels. If you see this happening, if the market does break it, we're breaking the support trend line, we're breaking below 61.8%, but you see then how the market is having big momentum and we're closing inside of this trend line. As you can see right here, you have a retest, we're closing above the trend line. At that point, you'll see how this was the fake out, or this was the retest of the 61.8% level that needed to be retested for the market then to create the momentum from it. As I said, need to be patient about this, but I will wait patiently to see what the market is doing against this level on BTC. And if the market does have the reverse, then I will obviously try to find a good long position around these levels. We can also drop down to 21,900, and you can see that the first target that I will have my take profit at 33,950 if this Fibonacci that I have will be valid, because that's how I am using my take profit with my Fibonacci, and a lot of you guys already know about this, right? This is what I'm waiting for at the moment on the lower time frames for BTC, but because we're gonna have a live stream tomorrow, so the market just might be at that place, and hopefully you will be there, so we'll see how the market is gonna behave until we see each other next time, guys. I missed you so much, and we're gonna see each other tomorrow. Goodbye, my crypto kings and queens. Have a good